Hey Libras, how y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be taking a look at your upcoming December through January Yule time seasonal reading here. So, in your meditation, I saw the image of a beaver and I heard the song Love is a Battlefield by Pat Benatar. And then I saw the beaver kind of trying to dance to the tune. And then it came upon the boat that we see in the Six of Swords, and this little rowboat, and it climbed into this rowboat, and the boat started moving across this beautiful body of water. I think it was like a large lake next to mountains. And I heard the song just die away, and it was this beautiful silence and peace. I saw the beaver's little shoulders relax and just gliding across, and it reached this, the land on the other side of the lake. And it got off the boat, and it just sat and was at complete peace and contentment. And then I saw the words, alone time is self love. Alone time is self love. So, beaver medicine is very much King of Cups energy slash Eight of Pentacles energy. I feel like in this context, it's speaking to me more of the King of Cups, which speaks of emotional balance, emotional equilibrium, and ensuring that your own cup is full before you share it with others or give it to others. There's also a sense of emotional intelligence as well, and being incredibly self aware of knowing what your own limits are and your impact on people and their impacts on you. So it's about energy conservation and management as well. I do feel like for some of you, you could be taking on a little bit more than is comfortable or is sustainable. And this could be being an emotional support for someone, or just feeling very bogged down by the emotions at large at the moment, collectively in the world. And there is this sense of knowing when to go and unplug so that you can reclaim the best version of yourself. That really oftentimes we just have to be alone in order to reclaim that part of ourselves when it just feels like it's been lost to overdoing or overfeeling, or again, being too much of a shoulder that is being leaned on as opposed to having a shoulder for you. So I'm really hearing to be your own shoulder, and really notice when you're coming from a place of love and self-care and balance, and when your tank is running a bit on empty. You don't want it to get all the way to empty, then your car is going to break down on the side of the road, right? Just be mindful when you're due for a re-up, and then allow that time for yourself. So the animal coming in for you this season is Cheetah, which is beautiful. It is the sun, and the tarot is fire energy, which is illumination, happiness, wellness, happy home, family, feeling physically well. But it is also a speedy energy, a lot going on, fast forward momentum. I do feel like this is going to be an incredibly busy time for you, a lot going on. And a lot of it does feel positive, but it's also, excuse me, a little frog in my throat. It does also feel like I'm hearing energy management. I keep hearing energy management is coming up with the cheetah here. But I like that the cheetah, which is fire, is kind of running towards your oracle here of telling stories with the fire in the background. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Now, you are coming through as the 10 of Wands, more fire energy, my fellow air signs. So, 10 of Wands, whenever this comes up, this always speaks to me of moving home, moving situation, or moving your mind into a whole new place. Because what comes after this is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is all about, you know what? The Ace of Wands is why you take alone time to relight your own fire when it's getting low. So, around this as well, the wands are about the actions that we do or don't take, right? It's about, with the number 10, it's about the ending of a certain cycle. It's also about knowing when enough is enough and you've outgrown something or something has outgrown you. Either way, when this is going on for too long of a time and you ignore it or you don't make the change that is coming up for you to be made, then this is when it can get a bit heavy. You can no longer carry it. It's sort of that saying like move or be moved. Move or be moved. So around that, the fact that this is coming in as you, I do feel like you're carrying a lot. Like all of these sticks, I feel like you're carrying a lot is going on, and something wants to shift, okay? Maybe it's simple. Maybe it's just removing some stuff off your to-do list, or spending less time with certain aspects of your life and more time with others that give you energy as opposed to just require it of you. In your place of challenge of Son of Swords, which is Knight of Swords. Now, this is fascinating because this is about communication. As I have a frog in my throat, sorry. It's communication, and it's about not just communication, but truth and how you deliver truth. You know that saying, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. It can make a huge difference, right? And it also impacts, people's ability to hear what we're saying as well, right? We can say something all day long, but they're only going to be able to hear it when and if they're in a place to. And we can help with that by, infusing love into our words. As an air sign, a shadow aspect of air energy is that, you see a lot, you have a great facility over words, and sometimes those words can be a bit blunt, a bit cutting, and you don't mean anything by it. But if you've got stuff if your fuel tank is low, right? If you have a little bit much going on, Libras are my butterflies, right? Every zodiac sign has an animal energy for me that I equate it to. You guys are butterflies. And what happens when a butterfly's wings get weighed down? They can't fly and they're not really butterflies anymore. So for you, it's really about thinking about what fuels you, what gives you life, and then really ensuring that you are in the position to be the best version of yourself. Because if not, you can end up, accessing a shadow part of you that, you might not be as proud of, right? We all have the worst aspects of ourselves that come when we're carrying, 10 of Wands too long. So just be mindful of that. The fact that this is your challenge just speaks of, again, that reminder of, are you speaking with, sorry guys, with the thing in the throat. There's this thing that I've always heard. I feel like I'm going to butcher it, but before you speak, ask yourself these 3 questions. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? And then say what you got to say after you've been honestly asked yourself those 3 questions. That's what's coming through for you, okay? Advice, especially spending time around family in the holidays for some of you, that could definitely come into play. You know, family is what family is. 3 of Wands is your advice. This is beautiful. It's more fire energy. This is about allowing yourself to move forward from a place of energy and focus and intention. I feel like something is manifesting for you on the other side of this time. It's really, really important that you don't leave any loose ends around right now. For example, if there's a project or an opportunity or something you've been wanting to follow up on, even an application or something, I'm hearing don't let those loose ends stay frayed. Even though you have this 10 of Wands going on, there's certain wands that you're going to want to hold on to, these 3, whatever they are, certain wands that you're going to want to keep in this bundle. And if other extraneous wands that aren't as important to you or aren't as time sensitive can be removed to make space for the ones that really are important, really think about that. Okay, that's important. Discernment, which leads us to your place of victory. Father of Swords, King of Swords, the master of discernment. I love that this is coming up in your place of victory because this just shows you are going to move through this time, just incredibly well with purpose and clarity. I love it. You're following the blueprint here, and I love that for you. This is coming in as your masculine self and your place of victory. You're clear-sighted when and how you communicate. You say what you mean to say. You also speak from a place of, empathy and understanding, and you think to yourself, right? This is your victory potential here. I'm going to think about before I speak, if someone were to speak to me the way that I'm about to speak to them or say what I was about to speak to them, how would I respond to that? Put yourself in the other person's shoes and move from there. I feel like it's going to be the key through the season. This is also about speaking up for yourself. It's also about setting boundaries and being very, very clear on what you'll allow into your life, what you'll accept and what you won't, right? If anyone is getting from you more than they're giving, this time is going to highlight that in a way because you just have too many wands to carry. You do not have time for people who take and don't give back, okay? Now, your outcome here is the best part. You have the 10 of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There is a big theme of family here in this reading. I mean, it's not a stretch. You might be spending time with family during the holiday season. But this is beautiful because this shows complete emotional fulfillment, fidelity, satisfaction. Usually there's a rainbow there. So there's a rainbow here in the Father of Swords and the 3 of Wands. So That's really stunning for you. And you know, also this speaks to me of the people that you can feel that you can be your worst self around. You know what's that saying? If you can't take me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Maybe. I don't know how I feel about that really, because it sort of takes away self-responsibility. But I do feel like there's an aspect here of through this time and because of these situations that you're going to be, finding yourself in, you're going to more greatly appreciate the people that you have in the relationships and the people that you have around you with whom you can just really be yourself, that don't take energy without replenishing it, and that really at the end of the day, like hold priority for you. And I feel like that's kind of the theme of this is with the sun energy, highlighting the priorities in your life, following the love, and allowing yourself to really spend the most time where it feels best, basically. Now, your oracle here, your Yule oracle, telling stories, number 38. What words so tender can be spoken so bravely unless they are true from the truest of words? So this speaks a lot of what we've been seeing here with the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords and all this stuff about communication. But this also speaks of the ways in which we, speak to ourselves, the stories we tell ourselves, our inner critic, our inner judge, the words that we use in ourselves, right? A lot of times, like, the way we communicate with others is only going to be as good as how we can communicate with ourselves. So it's about really looking at that. And especially if you have children, because there's just, yeah, the babies here. Especially if you have children or you're around younger people, siblings, or whoever in your life you work with kids, really think about the ways in which communication is learned, right? How did you learn to communicate? How are you teaching by example younger ones to communicate about yourself, right? Because a lot of the times we're very self-deprecating, right? We can be as humans, right? But kids take that in and the universe takes that in. Like when we say things like, oh, I'm not that good at that, or I'm not, I'm not, I could really do better. I could look better, whatever it is, like the ways in which we, bring ourselves down a peg. Um, you know, People are listening. Little ones are listening. The universe is listening and taking cues from you. So it's really about, instead of self deprecation, thinking about the ways you can switch those out for self affirmations. Words are spells. Words are spells. That's the theme of this reading. Words are spells. So, what spells are you weaving with your words? Both the ones that you think and the ones that you say. That's everything. Speak into existence, right? What you wish for. It's like word magic. That's what it feels like. But you're absolutely capable of doing this, Libra. I mean, my God, of all the signs, you're very, very good at that. So, I'm excited for you. This sun influence here is just shining over everything with this 10 of cups as the outcome. I feel like there's a lot of illumination and greater appreciation coming your way of what's important, how you want to spend your time, and what you want to attract towards you in your life on a larger scale, on a much larger scale. So really think about which ones deserve to stick around in your energy compartment, and which ones might want to be even temporarily laid down, so that you can better focus on the ones that are priority for you, that is going to make a difference in what's coming up for you. And I do feel like it's directly tied to your work in some way, whether that's like a purposeful work where you do it because you love it, like a hobby that could turn into something else, or the actual work that you do, but something that you're passionate about needs your attention right now. Could lead to bigger and better things if you prioritize it now. Really beautiful. So that being said, beautiful Libra and butterflies, I am wishing you a very happy and full and joyous Yule season. Apologize for that frog in my throat. That happened. It's quite cold where I am. And I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, let me know in the comments below. I love reading, love reading your comments so much. I respond to each and every one. Give me a like, a follow, all that good stuff. I would so appreciate that. Also, many thanks to each of you who reached out to me personally and on the last video through comments that I posted, my latest This Is Me. If you have not watched that yet, please give that a watch and leave a comment, because Yeah, that it's exciting news that I was talking about, and more excited to talk about it as we go into the new year. Love to know what you think. That being said, again, just thank you so much for being here. And most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.